Didn't actually mean to go live today, guys, but I just thought, well, why not? And I thought I want to use this again. I think I've already used it once before. Yeah, I did, didn't I? You know, I used this on one eye and then my version of it on the other eye. So today I just want to use it by itself. I don't know what I want to use. Oh, that Very Merry on Birthday looks good. It's like a pink, like with a lilac shift. So that looks really nice. It would go nice with Talking Flowers, this one here. I think we're just going to do a really, really simple look. I'd be very surprised if I'm on here past 5 minutes. But it just depends who comes in. So, yeah, I've got my base makeup on. I actually used this for foundation. So this Laura Geller Balance and Brighten foundation, SPF 15. So I wore it to class today. Hi Tracy, how are you? So yeah, I wore it to class today and it looks nice on the skin. You can see it looks really, really nice. It looks like I'm barely wearing anything, but I wouldn't say it stays on your skin for a long period of time. I had to kind of, because it was looking a bit of a mess and my mascara was down here, I had to take the makeup I wore today to class off and I had to do it all over again. So it's not the best in that respect, but if you just want something short term and very, very quick, I'll show you what I did. I literally pulled out this brush here. It's a nice fluffy brush, and then just kind of swirled it around there. And then just kind of swirled it on like that. It's very, very quick. It's like if you have to be out the door in 5 minutes, this is your go-to foundation. It's not a liquid foundation because you have to blend that out and that takes longer than 5 minutes, doesn't it? Oh, I'm glad you're well, Tracy. It's just a spur of the moment thing me coming on here. I needed to do my eyeshadow anyway. I've got to do another video after this, but that's just more of long form content rather than live content. It's just my lip service project pan. It needs updating. I've got loads of lipsticks in here that I need to talk about. So obviously I need some makeup on. Well, I don't, but I want to put makeup on. So I just thought I would go in with this little cutie. And yeah, let's see what we can do with it. Yeah, I am tempted to go in with this Talking Flowers shade here first of all. So, you know, I've only been on the course 2 days and I feel absolutely knackered. But I'm coming down with something. I can hear it in my throat here and I can hear it in my nose. As long as it's not nasal polyps again, you know, I don't mind. It's just not ideal though, is it? Like when you're supposed to be on a course, you're just sick. Yeah, it's a cute palette, isn't it? Right, so I feel like I should turn the lighting down a bit, or as much as I can, with it being 7:30 at night. Because otherwise you've got like a cat in hell's chance of seeing what I'm doing. I mean, a lot of these shades, what I should have done really is got my white base out, because a lot of them are really light. I'm just going to really, you know, really pack it on. I mean, the only dark shade we've got in here, and I might use it for the Art of V, is this one here. Nothing's Impossible. It's like a black with sequin shade, like with glitter in it. They call them sequins. you know, just to deepen it out. I might do that. Yeah, it's not really a get ready with me this, it's just mainly a testing the palette out, because it's new. Well, I got it in November, so it's not exactly new, but I haven't used it really. Apart from that, where I was testing both palettes out, my palette and this palette, to see if I could get a similar look. I haven't used it at all by itself. Oh, I feel like I'm getting hot. Ugh. So I'll go in with the outer V with this, and then we'll just deepen it up with that other shade. I don't think I'm going to be using a lot from this palette today. Obviously the shade that I'm using now, which is Talking Flowers, maybe Nothing's Impossible for the outer V, which is that like black shade with the sequins in. Then that very Merry on Birthday shade all over the lid. And then, I don't know, I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted about what I want to wear as an inner corner. And then, of course, it's lipstick, but I think I've got the perfect lipstick. Well, it's not a lipstick, it's a lip gloss. And there's two of them. I think I've got the perfect shade. Right, I'm just going in with this now. So this powder here that I always use. Just to blend it out a bit. Right, let's try and do this outer V shade. I don't know how it's going to look with that like lavender, lilac, purple shade. Black tends to go with anything though, doesn't it? So it's just this one again. Nothing's Impossible. I'll just get my mirror. Oh, you can see the sequins. So the course that I'm on was half day today. But it's not going to be half day now until next Tuesday, and that's the last day of the course. I feel like it's too much. I don't mind doing courses when you can do them from the comfort of your own home, but when you have to go into the city centre, it's like, oh gosh, you have to get up really early. Right, I won't blend it out till last, so let's get the glitter glue on. I mean, that's not as pigmented as that side. Let me just put a bit more of that on. Can you see the sparkles? You can't normally see them in a sequin shade that Colourpop do, but I feel like you can see them as well, Tracy. Let's just get some glitter glue on. I wore this today for class. because obviously I wanted to do my eyes, but I definitely didn't want to do any of this, what I'm doing now. So I got this single out and I wore it with this palette here, this Natasha Denona one. That's in a Project Pan. I just wore this shade here in the crease. And then I just thought, what can I put all over the lid? So I got this one out. I have had this a hot minute. This, believe it or not, is a Too Faced single. It just says it's one of the eyeshadow looks. It's in the shade Socialite. And that's what it looks like. It's a really nice rose gold. So that's what I wore today. So, yeah, I would never go into the class looking like this. They'd be like, oh my gosh, what are you wearing? They don't even know I've got a YouTube channel, so it would be hard to explain to them. This is not how I do makeup every single day. Sorry, I'm just trying to get some glitter glue out. These are the looks. Oh, wow. These are the looks that I do for my YouTube channel. You know, like when I'm testing the palette. It would be hard to explain that, I think, without getting some weird looks. I mean, I'm not ashamed that I've got a YouTube channel, but not everyone understands it, do they? Right. So I'm not going to go all the way across because I want some of that black showing. And then let's put some glitter glue on the other eye. I'm nearly out of it. That's what the issue is. So I'm supposed to be going on holiday soon. Just a weekend break to the Lake District. In June, actually. So it's not that far away if we decide to go. We was going to go last year, but I kept checking the weather reports and it got to the point where it was just too cold. Like, if we're going to go in, like, when it's raining and stuff, it's just not worth it. You can't do boat trips, really. You can't go on, like, those top-decker buses and do, like, tourist things. And my mum's never been before. So, you know, I wanted to have a good time. Sorry, I'm just putting this Ted Baker on. I'm tightlining with it. And you've got a window, haven't you, in the UK of when the sun's here. So I'm hoping in June, when we're thinking of going, like it's towards the end of June, I'm hoping it will be okay. Oh. Weather-wise. So just have to see. If not, we'll have to put it off for next year. Oh, my hair's in my eye. I don't think I want to go dark on the eyes, but I've had brown eyeliner on. I think I'm going to have to. Anyway, let's see how this one performs. Like, I know when I swatched it, it felt a little bit clumpy, but I'm going to go on with a brush first. So yeah, I mean, if we get there, it should be lovely at Tracy, but it's just whether we get there or not. There's so much to do there when the weather's nice, but not so much to do there when the weather isn't so nice. Right, so I'm just going to go in with this Smashbox brush. It looks like it's very light pink, but it looks like it's got a blue shift to it. Oh, I might have to go over that black, you know, to, you know, give it a bit of a darker dimension, just a tiny bit over the black. Felt like my eye was watering. So it is a little bit like clumpy, I think. Yeah, it is, but it goes on the eye really, really nicely. I like that a lot. And then do this eye. I think you'll be able to see this eye better, because this is, for some reason the light seems to come down here. Like when I put highlighter on, you can always see the highlighter better on this side compared to that side. So what about you, Tracy? Are you going away this year? Morag was telling me in yesterday's live that she goes away, I think either this week or next week. And I'm like, I'm so jealous. I need a holiday. It's been so long since I had one though. Right, I think I've gone over most of that black. So we'll have to do it on the right eye. I wish. Yeah, me too. Me too. Right, so what I'll do now is I'll go in with mascara. And then, like always towards the end of the look, I put some on with the finger just to get a little bit more pigment. I'm using the 17 Another Level. It is so good for being drugstore. Not even being drugstore. It's just a good mascara. That's the brush. I really like that brush. And it really does get into the lashes. So I'd buy it again. I was saying this yesterday. I'd buy it again. But I want to try one of the different ones that 17 had brought out before I repurchased it. I know you like your higher let me start this again. I know you like your more expensive ones, don't you, Tracy? Is it Dior you use? I just use like the least expensive ones I can get my hands on, just because I feel like I could spend that money on other things. Yeah, I'll put some of the brown Wayne Goss eyeliner just on the lash lines. Like, I probably would have liked to have gone in with a pastel liner, but it's already dark underneath there. I wonder if I can use my sponge. Yeah, I thought it was Dior you used. I'm going to try and use my sponge just to kind of diffuse this brown that's underneath there. I have washed my face with cleanser. See, it's coming off. But it didn't all come off. Just smooth that out as well. Okay, so that seems to have done it, so I can do that now. And we'll just use... let's just bring them all over here. I mean... Right, was that not a pink shade? Yeah, that was a pink shade. It's a duochrome for sure then, isn't it? It's pink. But on my eyes, it looks blue. So we'll use a blue pastel liner. like it's more minty actually, the one I've got. I'll just use this one. So it's the Made by Mitchell, All Smudge, No Budge, and it's called Wonderful World. Do I have any different ones? I know I've got quite a few. I'll just use this. I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm going to need to sharpen it soon. Oh, my eyes are watering. And I need to put some, like an inner corner in as well. So we'll do that in a minute. Well, I need to put this down a second because that's really watering. Oh my gosh. Let's get this towel out. Yeah, let's see. I think I want to use that one. Down the rabbit hole, that's really nice as well. I've used that one before. And then I'll try and sort my liner out again. Okay, this as well has a duochrome flip. So green and then a bit of blue. Oh my gosh. Stunning. I want to do another look, obviously not today, but another day. I want to do another look where I want to use this. It's called Lose Something. It's one of their glitters. Colourpop have now made the glitters really safe for the eyes. So I don't have any issue with using it now, whereas in the past it weren't safe for the eyes. But I don't want to do it when I've got to go into class the next day. So I always find it really tricky to get glitter off. I try and get it off, but it doesn't come off fully. Last time, I didn't realise it was so bad, and I was starting a job the next day, and he said, I like the glitter on your face, and I said, I'm sorry, and he went, you look like Twilight, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is it still on? Couldn't believe it. Right, so that eye's good with this liner. These eyeliners are so creamy, and I got them from TikTok shop. I got loads of them. I wish I could show you them all, what I got. That one. I'll have to get them out and show that one. That one. I think I bought one of them though. Did I only have, no, 5. I think I only had 5. Let's see. Well, then maybe 4 came in the packet. And I'll just show you each and every one of them. They are just so creamy. What do you mean I can wear a face mask for a bit? For what reason? I'm not understand, user. Okay, so these are all the Made by Mitchell eyeliners I've got. So obviously you've seen me wear this one, Wonderful World. Then I've got this pink drink one. This one is probably one of the worst, not worst, one of the most worn ones. What do I need to get a mask for though? This is what I'm asking. And then this yellow one's really nice. What's it called? I can never see it. Sunny Days. And then I'm almost sure I bought this one, so maybe you only get 4 in the bundle from... No, I think this came in a mystery box. So this one's called Legendary. Yeah, this one definitely came in a mystery box. And then I must have got 4 in the bundle. And then we've got La La Land, which is a really nice purple. So that's all my Made by Mitchell. They're so creamy, like I said. I think that's the only ones I've got. But I mean, I'll show you the entire thing. Look at them. Is it any reason I can't find my Made by Mitchell in this? Right. Now then, I'm going to go back into that shade, this one here, and just pat it onto the lid. Yeah, it's definitely crumbly. You can see it's crumbly there. And we're just putting like more pigment on it. I know I've got too many liners. I think at last count, Tracy, there was 50 there. So I'm trying to make my way through them. Yeah, I like that. I like the way it's looking. Okay, lipsticks, or lip glosses should I say. So, because we've got like a mermaid ethereal vibe going on, I want to do, like, I've been using these lip glosses, but not as much as I should have done. And I pulled these out for the Lip Service Project pan. So we've got 2 going on. We've got the Fenty Beauty Hologram, and then we've got the Revolution Pink Sparkle. And I like to wear them together because this has basically got kind of all the sparkles and it shifts a little bit. This is what I wanted the Fenty Beauty one to be, and although it looks like it's changing colour here, it really doesn't look that way on the lips. I'll show you now. I wouldn't buy this particular shade by Fenty Beauty again. I still want to try, is it Fussy? I still want to try that. I mean, it just goes on like a clear gloss. It's nice and everything, and it smells nice. If you just want a clear gloss, fine. I didn't want a clear gloss. I didn't want to pay that price. I mean, I think I paid about £24–25 for it. Didn't want to pay that for a clear gloss. I can get a clear gloss anywhere. Anyway, I saw these in, where was it? Superdrug, and I actually could get it with my points. I've got a Boots card. No, yeah, it was Boots, not Superdrug. And they're only £6 to buy anyway. And it has, let's see if I can show you on the doe foot. Let me show you this doe foot first, and you can see the difference. So there's just no shiftiness like it looks in the tube. Like in the tube, it looks like there's an orange gold shift to it. And I thought it will translate that way on my lips, but it doesn't. Yeah, definitely nicer in the tube, isn't it? I was so devastated, Tracy. And then we've got this one, and this one is called Pink, yeah, Sparkle Pink. I'll try and show you. This one, can you see the difference? I know that's a bit disgusting, but can you see this, the pink sparkles on it? Anyway, let's get it on. The only thing I don't like with this one compared to the Fenty is not stringy at all. So It's not stringy. This one can be. And it's more glossy. Can you see, just by adding this, there's like kind of like a glitter effect here. But it doesn't, it's not like intense glitter. It's not like, you know, scratchy on your lips or anything like that. So I'd just like to pair them both together, and that's the effect it gives. So yeah, this is the live, really. Didn't think anyone would come here, so thank you, Tracy, and everyone else who's come. Really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone watching afterwards. If you don't mind, I'd love for you to all like it. It really does help me out. And this is the overall look. And I will see you. I don't know if I'm going to be doing one on Saturday. I might. It just depends on the day and how busy I am. But definitely Sunday. Second Chance Sunday is always going to be on going forward. And I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.